What is up, y'all? Goofy Rexy here, and hope everybody is doing well. And welcome, guys, to the weekly headliner update, week number 20. Now, if you are new to the weekly headliner update, this is where we talk about what is upcoming this week in Marvel Strike Force, and then we also recap some of those important topics from the previous week as well. Now, this week we got a new character Blitz that is rolling around on Thursday. We got a returning legendary event that is starting tonight. We have a new Flash event for some training masks that's going to be kicking off on Friday of this week. Dark promo credits were also released, so we got to talk about that. Some mixed reviews, mostly bad, but some mixed reviews on the dark promo credits. And we have so much more to talk about, guys, on this week's weekly headliner, and we're starting right now. All right, y'all, welcome back. And we're going to be kicking off this week talking about some of these character blitzes here. So the first blitz tonight is going to be for Scientist Supreme. And yeah, I mean, I think, you know, this is a part of their lab event, the AIM event that is currently active right now. We just got off the blitz, you know, for Graviton. And I will say this, I apologize. Last week I said, hey, Graviton is not really that important, but you know, I do think that the AIM team, they should get some love. I don't think that people will say that they suck, but they are useful in this game. For Villains Chapter 7, you know, they can get through some of those early nodes with very little investment. For your Doom campaign, Doom Chapter 2 campaign, they can also be used, at least some of the characters, Scientist Supreme mainly, and probably Graviton, you know, for those first couple nodes in Chapter 2 as well. So they do have some value in the game. So yeah, I mean, if you need some shards for Scientist Supreme, definitely take advantage of being able to at least get the 21 shards, you know, from the milestones if you possibly can, because you can use them at some point in time in the game. A lot of players have been asking this question. Does this mean that MODOK is coming into the game with the visual for MODOK on the opening screen here on the main page, you know, for Marvel Strike Force? I honestly just think that this AIM event is literally just for tying into the MODOK show. So similar to what they did with Falcon and Winter Soldier, they did an event for them. I think that this is all that it really comes out to be. So no, it would be nice to have MODOK. I think he's a very cool character. So it would be nice to kind of have him in the game, but I think that that's really kind of all it is. Now, the next blitz is going to be a far more important, I think, because this is a new character, Colleen Wing, and the Heroes for Hire team. Yes, they are a war defense team, but they look very strong. We saw the videos and the Envoy vids. You know, I've looked at their kits. It's a very, very strong team. I actually faced a Colleen Wing this week in war. And man, she was 6 reds. She packed a punch, man. Those bleeds are incredibly, incredibly dangerous. You know, so imagine, you know, when Misty Knight, which I believe Misty probably is going to get released this week, right? I think that we should see her offer sometime this week. You know, once they have Misty Knight there, you know, all 4 Heroes for Hire characters together, they're going to be getting those charges. The charges are going to give them higher resistance. It's going to give them, you know, I think some damage reduction, give them the opportunity to revive. You know, Colleen Wing is such a strong, you know, bleed character. And I think Misty Knight's really the tie, you know, the main really important character for that team. So I do think, you know, getting character shards for Colleen Wing is going to be very important. So do take the time to do so. The last, I would say, predictions that I think were relevant was back to Scream. This is a while ago, right? These are the numbers that I think we're going to be looking at here for Colleen Wing, 46 being the highest, at least to get the 1 to 100. And of course, you can see the rest of the numbers here. This is what it's going to look like moving forward. So listen, I don't know, man. I think Colleen Wing is very good. It's probably going to be more of a late game team, but still very important to be able to get shards as you possibly can, you know, for new characters in this game. We also have a returning legendary character as well rolling around this week. So tonight as well, we're going to be seeing, you know, Ebony Maw. And for me, where Ebony Maw, I think he's one of the better characters in this game. I do think, you know, top 2 legendary, right? For me, it's a competition between him and Dr. Octopus. I tend to give the nod to Doc Ock because I do think that he's a little bit more plug and play-ish. Both of the characters are very good plug and play characters, but I do think Doc Ock is a little bit more plug and play. So for doing rankings for fun, I think Doc Ock is a little bit better, but Ebony Maw still, you know, solid up there. Black Order team made still the top war offense team. Yes, they've fallen out of arena a little bit, but they're still the top war offense team in the game. They beat any team that is there. So Ebony Maw, definitely an important character. You know, of course, you do need Black Bolt in order to be able to unlock Ebony Maw, which is the reason why you normally see the events run back to back, right? You have Black Bolt, and then typically you have Ebony Maw that does follow. So yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity to do so, they did just have the double drop event, so you may have missed that already. So of course, go after it next time. I'm going to be getting them the 7 stars. For those who are going to be unlocking Ebony Maw or also ranking them up as well, congratulations to you guys. Like I said, very good character in this game, using all those dark dimensions. So, find a lot of value for him. We also did get a quick update on another legendary character in Star-Lord. So Star-Lord is going to be rolling back around here on May 24th, which is, let me look at my calendar. That's next week, Monday. We're going to be getting Star-Lord here. Now, he's fallen out of the meta, not as important anymore, but I do still think that there is some value for some earlier players if you do, pursue getting the Guardians team. I do still think that Guardians can take you through the early to the mid game point. They're actually a better raid team than the Wave 1 Avengers team. So if you do, choose to go that route, just because you do like Star-Lord, just because you do like Guardians of the Galaxy, then, you will 100%, this is going to be good for you, because he's going to be rolling back around a little bit quicker than, he's going to be tying into that Magneto and that Invisible Woman rotation, where they're going to be rolling around every 6 to 7 weeks or so. So I definitely think that there is some viability there if you are curious about Star-Lord. But that's really, prepare for Ebony Maw. Congratulations. And, look for Star-Lord next week, Monday. And then this week, we have a new Flash event that's rolling around on Friday. If I'm doing math right, 5 days and 4 hours from when I'm recording this video, that will be Friday. So, yeah, I mean, I'm actually pretty excited about this event. I do think that I've been waiting for this for a long time. I think training mats are a key crucial factor in this game, especially once you start getting into later game and you're pushing to get characters into Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4. I think it becomes incredibly relevant, for you to get more training mats as you move forward. So this is going to be rolling around this week. There's also going to be a double drop event for the characters that you can use, for the training mat event, which is called Back to Boot Camp. The characters that are available that you need for this are going to be skill military characters. And it looks like you only need 4 skill military characters to get through the first 4 tiers of this event. Once you get to tier 5, I do believe that you do need 5 skill military characters. Then the rewards look good, man. The first time rewards look very good. 225, and then you get a training orb as well, which lands the L4 training modules, and obviously L4s hold a little bit more weight than the L3s, the L2. So I think that that's good. These are going to be the recurring rewards that you're getting. If you're only able to complete tier 1 or tier 2, you can see, what those look like there. I do think the first time rewards are very good. And I think the recurring rewards are also decent as well. Would like if there was more on some of the recurring ones, but I'm not going to complain too much because they have made an effort to actually give us more training mats in the game through RTA, through the dailies. So I do, I'm not going to complain about it too much. I think that they've definitely done some improvements when it comes to getting us more training mats. So would like to see more recurring, but I think overall we're fine. Keep in mind too, that you're only going to be able to do up to tier 3 of this event. You're not going to be able to do any more than that. On the next iteration, you'll have access to 4, 5, and then 6. And then on the third iteration, which I'm assuming this is going to be a monthly event, then you'll have access to being able to do tier 7. Yelena is farmable, so if you need to get some extra shards for a character, then Yelena is available. I think she's available in Heroes 5-9. So take advantage of having that extra chance to be able to get those shards, for Yelena. I'm actually going to be farming her to get her to 6 stars, so that I can be ready for the next time that this event rolls around. I'm hoping that this is going to be a monthly event, and not like the next event that we're going to talk about here, where it's going to be block parties. So block parties where you're going to be able to get those additional ability mats. You need your hero, I think it's city characters, hero city characters, for this event here. So this is going to be rolling around on Friday as well. Same day, you need your city hero characters to be able to do this. I would like for them to get this event to roll around every month as opposed to every 2 months. So I'm hoping that they don't do that with the Back to Boot Camp event, because I think I would probably value training mats a little bit more over ability mats where I am in the game. I do like having the T4s, but not everyone's going to be able to grab tier 7 of this event right out of the gate. It might take you a little while before you get here. So the T3 ability mats may be a little bit more valuable to you. So maybe you want this event to roll around every month for that. I do think that training mats for me hold a little bit more value because I'm pushing so many characters up to 75 and 80. But I definitely could see how, this could be valuable if it was a event that rolled around every month. So hopefully, at some point in time in the future, man, Block Party has a little bit of an earlier rotation. And I hope Back to Boot Camp also has a monthly recurrence as well. Another event to pay attention to is that the Kestrel event is going to be ending this week. We have 6 days from now, which is going to be Saturday, so that's going to be Saturday night. For me is when this event is going to end. Right now, I'm doing pretty well in terms of shards for. I'm close to 5 stars right now. Curious to know where you guys are. Where are you guys right now with your Kestrel shards? Hopefully you've had some good favorable drops. Sometimes and some days it hasn't been good, man. But for the most part, I've been getting some decent drops for Kestrel here. Been also be able to get some other shards for some other characters like Bishop and Moon Knight and White Tiger. So those characters aren't farmable, so being able to get some shards for them has been, helpful, for the account. But yes, the Kestrel event, that is going to be ending, on Saturday. So definitely take advantage. If you have some extra cores that you can spare, try to, use your campaign energy refreshes for that event so that you can land as many Kestrel shards as you possibly can. All right, and we're going to talk about this new Timeless Looks event that's going to be rolling around this week. We saw that in game right here. So if you missed the Timeless Looks, we're going to go through that. But I also forgot to mention for Back to Boot Camp, there's going to be a double drop day on the 18th, which is Tuesday. So prep for that as well. That's where you can get some extra shards for the skill military characters that are in those campaigns. And then for Block Party, the double drop event for the city hero characters, that's going to be on May 20th. Remember, those are only for characters that are in the campaign nodes, right? But yes, the Timeless Looks event right now, this is going to be rolling around this week. And this is essentially, so we'll kind of go through really quick. Add a blast of the past to your strike wardrobe with upcoming Timeless Looks event. This costume-centered event consists of the form and function milestone, and dress to impress bonus event. The main reward for Timeless Looks will be the pink flash Blitz, which you can redeem to acquire a choice of 3 costumes. The 3 costumes that they mentioned are down here. The Scarlet Witches WandaVision 50s costume, the Visions WandaVision 50s costume, which I think are okay. And then you have the Thor Sage costume, which it's okay as well. In general, I'm not really a big fan of their costumes right now. It is what it is, but I mean, it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot that you have to do to get these flash bits. What I'm really concerned about, or really care about the most, right, is this form and function milestone, which is going to start, tonight. And this is where you're going to engage in arena, alliance, war, and raid battles with any character. So that's good that you don't have to use specific characters in order for you to be able to get, functions or currency, right, to get through these milestones. And they're going to be giving you pink flash bits, which you can use to grab those milestones, at the very end. They did mention that somewhere in here that the pink flash bits, which you can use to get those 3 costumes. But I'm more interested in the catalyst parts, the orange gear, Armory 14s and Armory 15s. Now, I really want the Armory 15s because I do need some extra 15s right now to complete my characters, mainly phytonutrients for my Jubilee or Phoenix, depending on whichever one I decide to take a first gear tier 15. But for my first one, the Dark Dimension 4, I actually really want the Armory 15s, but I think Armory 14s valuable for players who are looking to get into Dark Dimension 4, or even earlier players, I would say too. Even though you're not concerned about Dark Dimension 4 yet, being able to get Armory 14 orbs, get those pieces ahead of time before you need them, I think is very valuable as well. Orange gear and catalyst parts, though, hopefully for me it's going to be like some focus catalyst. The orange gear is going to be some stat focus catalyst, like the focus ones, the health catalyst. I'm hoping that's where we're going to be getting for that. But yeah, 7-day milestone that's going to run here where you're going to, you can do arena, alliance, war, raids. I would have liked if they had also included Blitz, because Colleen Wing's Blitz is on Thursday, and a lot of players are going to be blitzing pretty heavily for that. So it would have been nice that for this milestone, if they also gave you opportunity to land points, right? By doing the blitzes, but it is what it is. We are also getting some aim orbs. So, I guess they didn't feel the need to run it simultaneously, which I think they could have, right? But yeah, it would have been nice to have done that. But either way, this is actually a relatively good event, and I do like it. The second portion of this, this sort of this overall Timeless Looks event is that you have the Dress to Impress bonus event. Started at the conclusion of the Form and Function milestone. This bonus event rewards pink flash bits in campaign notes for 24 hours. Pink flash bits earned from the Timeless Looks event will be used to purchase the 3 costumes, which are down here. Once again, don't really care too much about the pink flash bits. I'll get them and I'll pick some costume that I want to use moving forward. If you choose not to use the pink flash blitz, they did mention that unused bits here will be converted to costume credits on June 7th. So you could save them for a future costume that you potentially want. Maybe you want the Electra costume and you find that to be more valuable. You just want to convert those over into using it. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing with my Nick Fury bits right now. I'm probably just going to use those. It is at a 60% rate, right? So I'm going to lose some of it. But I just don't care about the Nick Fury costume. Maybe you don't care about any of these costumes, then you can just use it for whatever it is that you want to use it for in the future, right? But cool event, looks fine. Good to be able to get some extra stuff going on, get some extra gear and stuff like that. So I'm not going to complain. It looks like a cool event. And the last thing to touch on for me, man, are these dark promo credits. And obviously this system was launched this week. Dark promo credits give you the opportunity here to open up red stars, basic red star orbs, and then land these promo credits, which you can use to then convert over into grabbing red stars on Ultimus or grabbing red stars on Ultron right now. This is their featured thing in the game. So there were some mixed sort of emotions toward this, right? I think some earlier players definitely like this because now they're able to get red stars on Ultron. And I do think that Ultron is going to be a little bit more impactful with those red stars for earlier players. But for me, I personally thought I made a video about it already, where there are just too many orbs that you have to open in order for you to really get, what is the math, like 200 plus or 180 or something like that for you to get 3 red stars on Ultron. That's a lot of basic orbs that you have to open up in order for you to get those red stars on him. And then I'm also going to be forfeiting the opportunity to get good red stars on featured characters. And featured characters, I think, are important, right? Because they're new. And the 15% boosted drop rate for me, I think, is relevant because once the 15% goes away, then they go into the orb with everyone else. And there's a lot of characters, right, that are currently in that red star orb. So the feature character for me is very important. Now, I think that if they had given out, if they're on a weekly basis, right, if they were giving out more basic red star orbs, I would probably feel a little bit better about it. But right now, on a weekly basis, I'm probably getting between the challenges, the blitzes, I'm probably getting maybe 10 or 11 orbs or so. And then they're also releasing characters frequently. Like this week, we're probably going to be getting Misty Knight as a new character. She's going to be in the featured drop rate, right? So I felt a compelling need to hold on to all of my red stars just in case I don't get good pulls off the first couple orbs. Yes, I know that these are typically the fuel for these elite credits, right? But you kind of run through these elite credits a lot too, because you're trying to open up orbs, for these featured characters. And I have gotten lucky with my basics. I've gotten a 7 red anti-venom. I've gotten 4 reds on Silver Surfer. I've gotten good. I think I got 5 red on Black Bolt. I've gotten some good pulls for my basics. So I do find them to be valid. As a matter of fact, I was able to get a 5 red on Bishop recently as well. So I have gotten some good red stars from these basic orbs. So I just feel the need with the lack of currency that we have for basic red stars. I'm not really a big fan of these dark promo credits in the system that they have available. What scares me about this, I get people saying that, hey, Ultron at 3 red stars is impactful, still. And I definitely do agree that. I just don't know how impactful he is for endgame content. So for that reason, I just don't know if I value getting red stars on him as much as maybe other players do. But what does concern me is I pull back up their previous blog post that talked about how they were introducing these red stars. And they also mentioned this as well that gave me a little bit of a concern because I went back to this. It says, the new currency will give players some additional agency into getting red stars for specific characters in the future. Please note that the new currency is intended to be something accrued and redeemed over a period of time, right? So that's fine. I get it. We expected it to be a time frame that was going to take a little bit longer. But this is the part that made me a little afraid, man. Specific characters in the future. So that means that this is not just going to be for Ultimus. This is not just going to be for Ultron, but it may be for other characters that they choose to release that are probably OP, right? Think about it. If you had to open up, you know, basic red star orbs to get currency just to land 1, 2, 3 red stars on Kestrel without the featured in the boosted drop rate, does it feel good at that point in time? With the amount of basic red stars that you're getting right now, does that feel really good? I don't think it feels that great to me. So I'm hoping that, you know, they increase. Like I said, I think right now I'm probably getting anywhere between 9 to 12 or 13 basic red star orbs on a weekly basis. If they were to increase that amount by 7, maybe I would find the value in opening up those basics outside, you know, of the boosted drop rate. But as it stands right now, I don't like it, especially considering, you know, what this could mean for future characters, you know, moving forward. So future characters that are like Kestrel, that are like Silver Surfer, what if that's the only way that you're able to get a character like Galactus if they ever release him into the game? That's the only way for you to get red stars. It doesn't feel that good at that point, right? But listen, these are my thoughts on this, man. We're going to wrap up the weekly headliner update. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the topics that we talked about here in this video. Appreciate you guys watching so very much. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe.